fairly warm week ahead with some off and on intermittent chances for rain, such as showers and some thunderstorms. And that includes tonight, which we'll talk about in a moment. Here's our latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. And we just released our CWG.news/MayOutlook to give you a look ahead at this entire month of May. Happy May 1st. Happy May Day. Hope you are doing well. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm here for 20 minutes and happy to chat with you as much as you like if you need any details on this forecast. All right, so let's begin by looking at, we've got a chance for storms tonight, which mainly the strongest storms are staying southwest of town, south and southwest of town. But we could see or hear another rumble of thunder tonight, maybe see some lightning. Nothing too strong expected as the cold front sort of sags southward toward Fredericksburg, it looks like. Charlene, hello. Thanks. I'm glad to be back. And Peter, hello. And good evening, David. I did have a good week off. Good to talk to you. Any big storms coming to West Virginia? Yes, Preston. It looks like the panhandle of West Virginia does have some storms moving out of the region, maybe toward Garrett County. We're seeing that move in right now. That is in one of the stronger storm potential areas for tonight. So we do want to keep an eye on that to our friends in the west of the DC area. And right now we're in a lull here on radar, as you can see, between one wave of showers and storms moving off to the east. This next one, as you can see, moving toward Garrett County, southwestern Pennsylvania, and into the north central part of West Virginia. That is going to slowly move toward our region late tonight. We might hear rumbles of thunder midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., so hopefully it doesn't wake us up, but it is still an active evening until the early morning hours. And the next chance of thunderstorms so far doesn't look strong or anything, but Tuesday, maybe late in the day, right near sunset, Tuesday night, perhaps into Wednesday, we could see a few rumbles of thunder as well. So we'll watch that. Please stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com as we get closer. And as always, we're enjoying as we get toward the summer solstice, more and more evening light. Look at that sunset now after 8 p.m. and we're heading toward 14 hours of daylight between sunrise and sunset. Thanks for joining me for these 20-minute weekly Sunday sunset chats on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. Really appreciate you following us on those platforms or social media platforms. Anytime need us 24/7. We're at CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'm Camden Walker. Thanks so much for tuning in. And let's see, we've got Dr. Akesha wanting some more rain. It was so peaceful. I'm glad you like that. And Eric, thanks for tuning in. Maria, hello. And Kristen, is it safe to start planting? I believe so, yes. And we'll go into kind of the medium to longer range forecast for temperatures, but especially around DC and points along and east of I-95, we are in pretty good shape for planting. Now, I don't want to overpromise the guarantee of staying with low temperatures at or above 45, even 50 degrees for some of those more sensitive plants like tomatoes, I believe. You will have been educating me in the recent weeks as we get into the growing season. But points in the red are pretty much good to go. I'm just going to say we're good to go despite some of these below average temperatures recently. And even the darker yellow, try and make those sensitive plants kind of have a temporary home in some potted soils that can be brought inside in case there is something next week where we see some colder low temperatures than we currently expect. But generally, growing season has begun. For most any point, I would still like to talk to you along I-81, maybe some caution, especially in Shenandoah County, where they're in the turquoise color, kind of the greenish color. We have many years recently seen frosts and freezes around Mother's Day. So we're not quite there yet for points along and west of I-81, but we'll keep you posted at CapitalWeatherGang.com as we get closer. And can you believe we might even feel a little bit of humidity this week a couple of times, but nothing too big of a drag there, a little preview. But here's some other seasonal issues we might experience this week. Pollen remains high in the tree category, and UV is going to be very high potentially on Tuesday when we see abundant sunshine for most of the day until perhaps a late day shower or thunderstorm moves in. So please, if you're out midday hours, have some sunscreen on. If you're outside more than 15, maybe 20 minutes, not in the shade at all. An 8 reading on the UV scale is very high, and you can get a sunburn very quickly, and not to mention the skin cancer risk, the aging risk to your skin for UVA and UVB rays. So please use a broad spectrum sunscreen if you're out midday, walking even among offices downtown. There can be plenty of reflectivity off of those light surfaces downtown with glass and light concrete. So keep that in mind. Fran is loving the long days. Excellent. And Aaron, hello. You're happy for the rain. Just moved from California, and I'm sure you're happy to experience rain. Yes, indeed. On the California note, let me just put into context how well our area is doing in the drought situation compared to California in points, many points, west of the Mississippi River. Yes, the area in yellow around the mid-Atlantic does indicate some shorter-term hydrological impacts that can be fixed fairly easily with some rain that we might even see some this week. But abnormally dry conditions for gardeners, no picnic, I know. But very few spots in our region are technically in a drought. And just for context to know how well we are doing, I wanted to show you the national picture. And here, zoomed in more on the mid-Atlantic region, DC area, year to date. So the third of the year we've lived through so far, here's what the rain looks like, the rain situation looks like as compared to normal. In the green, we've got above normal rainfall amounts, and the light green about 2 inches above normal, darker green 4 inches above normal. And the yellows, especially southwest of town, that's where we have some patches of first level drought, just the first initial drought situation there. Light yellow is 2 inches behind for the year. Medium kind of yellow orange is about 4 inches behind, and some that you can look carefully buried in the Blue Ridge there, southwest of town. Some spots are about 6 inches of rain behind for the year, and that's a little harder to make up for in 1 or 2 storms, rainstorms. So we need to keep an eye on that area southwest of town. But overall, while there is a little bit of patchwork, quilty patchwork in our region for some of the rainfall patterns, your neighbor down the street might be in a much better garden and grass situation than you are. Overall, you can see the non-shaded area that's a little more gray beige. That's great. We're doing plus or minus 2 inches of rain for the year. We're in pretty good shape in our area. And we have more coming our way this week, even over the next 48 hours through early Tuesday morning early tomorrow morning, we should see kind of last showers pull out. But we're adding maybe a 1/4 inch of rain, especially in downpours. There could be isolated patches of 1/2 inch of rain in some of these thunderstorms. Now let's look at the whole week, the next 7 days. When you talk to me next Sunday night for our weekly Sunday sunset chats, we could see totals of 1 inch, 1.5 inches in parts of the region. That's great news. That is going to help our abnormally dry conditions, and even southwest of town getting a good dousing that should help limit progression of those small patches of drought situation down there, southwest of town in the Blue Ridge. So let me put up the latest forecast at a glance for you. A fairly warm week. Chances off and on of some showers, some storms this week, but we do have some dry moments. Monday afternoon looks pretty good, much if not all of Tuesday before maybe a sunset storm or shower moves in. And then Thursday has a chance of being fairly dry as well. But as you can see, it's kind of quick moving systems and generally warm conditions, but a slight downtrend in temperatures as we go to the end of the week. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Thanks for tuning in to these weekly Sunday sunset chats. My latest forecast, my PM update at CWG.news/latest right there. And our Capital Weather Gang May Outlook to give you kind of an idea of what to look ahead for in the next month, this month of May. Happy May. CWG.news/May Outlook. You can also touch on my face popping up below on your mobile device with this video. You should see these links that you can click on or above if you're on your desktop or laptop. Hello, Paul. Let me know if you are not able to see me. Let's see. And Paul, we've got Friday, and you're thinking about rain again on Friday. That is a good plan. Right now, 70% chance of rain on Friday, and even a slight chance of rain on Saturday, which could begin a slightly cooler period for us maybe this weekend. So let me show you the temperatures this weekend in the mountains. We could see some 50s for high temperatures, maybe 60s in the DC area as well. All right, Paul, thank you very much. And Victor, for Mother's Day, I think we're going to be maybe cool, but rain should pull out hopefully by Saturday night. And temperatures in the 60s is my current prediction for Mother's Day. But let's look ahead a little bit to kind of give you some generalities for temperatures starting next week as we start off with Mother's Day next Sunday. We've got a slight chance of above average temperatures in the lighter shading here in the mid-Atlantic along the coastline. And with average high temperatures now in the low 70s for much of the mid-Atlantic, we're in decent shape to have overall, when you consider the entire week, some fairly warm temperatures again next week as well. Precipitation has a slight chance of being below average, which we don't really want to see, but if we're coming off of the potential of an inch and a half of rain for this upcoming week, this again is looking at kind of next work week, eight plus days in the future, a slight chance that we see below average precipitation. Not a terrible thing, but hopefully we can get closer to average with some rain next work week as well. And other weather-related hazards coming up, we have pollen that's going to bother our allergies, especially in the tree category, and high UV requiring some sunscreen this week. That's Tuesday's predicted map. Very high UV. We now are hitting maybe an 8 on the UV scale, so please use that sunscreen midday when you are outdoors. Thank you for letting me give you that friendly reminder. And here it is, the later and later sunsets now after 8 p.m. Woo! And heading toward 14 hours of daylight from sunrise to sunset in the DC area. Thanks for joining me. I'm Camden Walker on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook live at you right now. We're talking for another 9 minutes of our 20-minute weekly Sunday Sunset Chat. Thanks so much for tuning in. And Victor, so far not a clear picture of what we can expect this summer. Hopefully we'll have more for you as we get toward Memorial Day. And honestly, you're talking about correlating spring with summer, and that's not a reliable indicator. Unfortunately, that's the quick answer. Kristen, thanks so much for tuning in. You're very kind. I really appreciate you tuning into these weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. And let's see, timing of rain on Friday. Paul, it's currently looking like pretty much all day. But as we get closer, we can hone in on amounts and timing for you at capitalweathergang.com. Good question. But Friday into at least maybe early Saturday looks fairly wet. Yeah, so expect some showers and storms on Friday, and you're going to want to have a plan B for outdoor plans and carry maybe an umbrella. Have a plan for an umbrella carrying or rain jacket on Friday as well. And Paul, no worries. Victor, we talked about Mother's Day being hopefully looks like sunny and maybe in the 60s. Fingers crossed. Low medium confidence at best. And Lewis took boat out in the Chesapeake Bay. Hope you're careful in those colder waters that are much colder than they have not warmed up to match the air temperatures just yet. And you rebuilt the engine and it's working. I'm glad you enjoyed that beautiful day. All right, let me know if I've missed any questions or comments. I think that is all I've seen for now. Sorry to make you repeat yourself if I missed it, but I'm on the air another 6 minutes or so please let me know if I can help you out. Here are rain amounts over the next kind of 48 hours. This generally includes the rain ending tomorrow morning early. Some showers, sprinkles kind of end early morning tomorrow. Maybe another midday sprinkle or shower quickly tomorrow with some clouds briefly bothering us, but not too bad tomorrow at all. And most, if not all, of Tuesday looks dry. So this map is mainly focused on the rain tonight. That could be a quarter inch, third of an inch. Inside some thunderstorm downpours if you would like to see those, if you're lucky enough to see those for your garden. We could see a quick half inch of rain in that situation if a thunderstorm parks over you for a moment. By the time you talk to me next Sunday for our weekly Sunday Sunset Chat, inch and a third, inch and a half, maybe near 2 inches in some parts of right along the Chesapeake Bay. So this is good rain. We need the rain. We're a little abnormally dry, as we've been talking about in the region. Drought situation pales in comparison to what they're experiencing west of the Mississippi River. So we'll take abnormally dry, which is not even drought for many, just maybe a couple spots of technical drought in the Virginia area in the Blue Ridge. But we're doing okay, and we can use this rain this week to catch up a little bit. The region is generally in the unshaded area in the gray beige. We are even keel for the year to date. We've just gotten through a third of the year, and our departure from normal is about 0, plus or minus 2 inches for almost the entire area. But you can see some patchwork, some quilty nature to the texture here along the West Virginia border and the Delaware border. We've got some above average year-to-date amounts of rain. So they're in the surplus by 2 inches in light green, over 4 inches ahead of where they should be for this time of year in the darker green. But look at the darker yellows southwest of town near Harrisonburg, south of Stanton. That's where we're seeing some hints of drought, some actual level 1 drought down there. It's a little worse than abnormally dry. We need 4 to 6 inches of rain to catch up to where we should be this time of year for down there southwest of the DC area. So Not everyone is doing great. Your neighbor or county over might be having a much different situation than you, but overall, generally speaking, we're doing okay in the region on the rainfall amounts. Looking ahead a little bit at temperatures on Saturday, a cool down could happen Saturday into Mother's Day. 60s might be on tap for many of us this weekend. We'll keep you posted. We need to make sure the rain moves out on schedule on Saturday to give us a little more settled day on Sunday for Mother's Day. And then looking ahead at next week, this is next work week, about 8 days out, 7+ days out. Temperatures are leaning a little bit, probabilistically speaking, above average for next work week, and precipitation is leaning slight probability of being below average next work week as well. And again, pollen and UV, tree pollen and ultraviolet rays here on the Tuesday map, really requiring some sunscreen and requiring some allergy pills perhaps for the pollen. So keep that in mind as well. All right, let me head back here to show you our forecast at a glance. Generally a warm week with some chances of showers and storms off and on. Latest forecast I wrote, the PM update at CWG.news/latest. And we have for you our CWG.news MayOutlook to give you an idea of what to expect looking at this month ahead. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Camden Walker. And Paul, thanks for letting me know about the video hanging. Let me know if anyone else is seeing some video lag here. And all-day rain on Friday is possible. So I'm sorry if I can't define and confine the rain for you a little bit. We'll have to watch as we get closer to how a storm system moving toward our area along the jet stream could affect us on Friday. I wish it's just not, it's not good weather meteorology science right now for me to even try and tell you it's not going to be all day on Friday. So I don't expect a full washout. There'll probably be some dry periods, but I would definitely have a plan B for Friday for outdoor plans, and also consider an umbrella on Friday. The probability of showers and storms on Friday is very high, maybe as much as 80% on some of those scenarios that are being run right now. So showers and storms look possible, and it could be cooler, maybe struggling to see 70 degrees as you see here. So I don't have much good news if you have outdoor plans on Friday. See if you can reschedule them for later Sunday, Sunday, later Saturday, or even push them to Thursday. There's a better chance of staying dry as well. Dave, that's a good question about Eastern North Carolina water temperatures. I don't think we're but to the mid 70s right now. That's the latest I believe I looked at. So it'll be a little chilly. We're not near 80 degrees just yet. Charlene, most kind, thanks for tuning in. And Drew, severe weather chances are low on Wednesday. That is generally correct. Here's the map for Wednesday, generally well west of town into West Virginia, Kentucky. That's where we're seeing the chances on Wednesday, Tuesday night, Wednesday, for chances of strong to severe storms. We'll keep you posted. It's worth watching, and we'll let you know at capitalweathergang.com if this changes. And even tonight, generally the heavier stuff tries to stay south and southwest of town. So I went in reverse chronological order there, but this is for tonight and generally corresponds to what we're seeing on radar. Things are kind of staying south of town. We're between waves of rain right now, but you can see it's still bubbling there near the Pennsylvania border with Maryland and West Virginia as well. So we have maybe more rumbles of thunder ahead of us tonight, but the stronger storms where we could see a little bit of hail, some damaging wind gusts, those generally are trying to stay south and southwest of DC, or west of DC and south of DC. Especially in the yellow area, do stay weather aware in south central Virginia tonight and northern North Carolina. So please stay weather aware, maybe through 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or so. It's going to be odd to maybe hear thunder after midnight tonight, but a couple of us could unfortunately wake up later tonight with some rumbles of thunder. All right, before I go, let me show you those later and later sunsets. We're now after 8 p.m., and I'll see you even later next Sunday for our weekly Sunday sunset chats on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm Camden Walker for capitalweathergang.com. Paul, no worries. Thanks for checking in. And we've got severe weather, David, looking minimal this week, but we are keeping some weather awareness for some storms on tonight through maybe 1 or 2 a.m. Then again, Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then maybe again on Friday, we need to keep an eye on things as well, but low probability, low chances right now. No need for alarm or anxiety, but we'll keep an eye for you on capitalweathergang.com. All right, let's see. David, most welcome as always. And Paul, you're welcome as well. Let me leave you with our forecast at a glance and the links to our latest forecast. My PM update is right there at CWG.news/latest. Our May outlook, Looking maybe at times a little chilly, but we could jump around with our temperatures and precipitation this month. CWG.news/MayOutlook. And you can see it's a fairly warm week with a slight downtrend in temperatures as we head toward Friday. Maybe a cooler weekend in the 60s as well. Mothers should be happy though, with more sun wanting to break back out on Mother's Day Sunday, even if we are staying in the 60s. So keep that in mind. And off and on rain chances, we'll try and keep you posted as best possible on timing and amounts. And if we see a higher chance than currently expected of some strong to severe storms this week. But so far, we think everyday thunderstorms are on tap, and we'll watch it for you, as always, at CapitalWeatherGang.com. Take care, and I'll talk to you next Sunday. Thank you so much.